Okay, so let's begin with this situation. The setting is my room. I receive an email from my teacher saying that I am supposed to give a TED talk in school towards the end of the year. At that time, I was really excited. I thought this was a great opportunity and I had to make the best out of it. And just 6 months passed by within the snap of a second. I realized that I had to do something by now. I had to start off. 6 months were already gone. But usual me, time goes by. 6 months turn into 4, 4 into 2. And 2 months turn into 2 weeks. And at last, I just have 1 week left for my final talk. I finally start working on my script 3 days before my talk. That's all I have left from an entire year. I wasted 362 days doing nothing. I finally did manage to complete the script and here I am speaking right in front of you. But I could have kept a lot more space for last minute changes. And that's what any sensible person would have done. And that is what is making me really nervous right now. In this situation, it's prominent that the problem is my procrastination. Anyone would see that. But I have to confess something. I am a chronic procrastinator. But before we completely get into this, I need to explain you guys how procrastination works. So let's just assume that I have been given a project. The deadline is 2 months from now. And any normal person would decide to do the bulk of the job right now or maybe 1 month prior to the deadline and leave the rest for later. But procrastinators like me, it's like our mind is working just perfectly fine and then suddenly something just pops up out of nowhere. And this thing that pops up, I call it the party monkey. So basically, our brain is just like a normal person along with the party monkey, which prevents us from doing difficult and time-consuming jobs and tells us to do the most useless things in the world, like just randomly texting the 47th guy on my contact list a hi, or sitting at the windowsill and looking at the happenings in the street and wondering why the red guy is walking much faster than the white guy, or just randomly opening Google Maps and looking for the quickest route from Mumbai to Berlin on a bicycle. I know that sounds crazy, but the party monkey is only afraid of one thing, and that is the panic monster. He comes out only when we are too close to a deadline, just like 3 days ago. The panic monster generally gets all the work done. I don't know how, but it almost always works out. This is the mind of a procrastinator. But procrastination is also of two types. One with deadlines, like assignments and projects and things like that. But the other and even darker side of procrastination is the one without deadlines. This means that the panic monster never steps in to take control. And this happens every time we decide to learn something new or start something from scratch, something like learning a new skill or deciding to meet some of your old friends or just expressing your feelings to someone or something as simple as doing a workout regularly. All these things need a starting point and a new beginning, and procrastination is what prevents you from taking that first step. And this is the thing that makes a lot of people really upset and regret their past decisions. This is the reason many people want to get completely rid of the party monkey. Let me just give you an instance. In the lockdown, I prepared a list of skills that I wanted to learn. Like, I wanted to learn how to cook. I wanted to learn juggling with the football. I wanted to learn how to do a backflip. I wanted to just do workout every single day. But I did not do any of these things. Why? Because of my procrastination. I always kept saying that I have a lot of time in this very house. I'll do it next time. I'll do it next week. I have a lot of time. And I had all the other excuses in the world not to do it. But now, when I look back, I really regret this. It makes me feel as if I wasted 10 precious months of my life doing nothing productive. But after thinking a lot and doing some research, I realized that there is no need to get completely rid of party monkey. There is a middle way to this. There is a middle way which is moderate procrastination. It means that you start off early but you finish off late, slowly and gradually. This means that when a project is assigned to you, you just give it a thought. You start thinking about it, but you keep it aside. And when you keep it aside, the thought of the project is still running at the back of your mind. And this thing, it gives you more ideas. It gives you more time to consider alternate ideas. This leaves you open to a vast ocean full of options till the very last minute. But what I have been doing all this while is chronic procrastination. It means that I wait for the very last minute, and at that time I don't have enough time to think. In this case, I have to work with whatever idea comes to my mind at that very moment. And it sometimes turns out to be really silly or even becomes a disaster. All this while, when I spoke to people, the people told me that they want to turn themselves into procrastinators and do all the work at the beginning. They believe that they can spend the rest of the time and enjoy to their fullest. And these people are completely sick of the party monkey and want to get rid of him. But all we need to do is start on time. Once we start on time, the completion of the project will be taken care of by the panic monster, just like it has been happening all these years. And once we learn to start, our lives will change to be much more creative and productive at the same time. I know I haven't achieved anything great until now, but right now at this moment, all I know is that I am down this hole of chronic procrastination and the ladder is right here in front of me. And all I want is that all of you chronic procrastinators out there, please climb this ladder with me. Thank you.